seems so absurd that this should have occurred. My very only secret, and I had to go and leak it. My secret garden is not so secret anymore.
British futurist Depeche Mode recently brought their stylized brand of electro-pop to the United States. Unlike most rock bands, however, Depeche Mode features a drummer that starts performing at the press of a button. Their electronic backbeat comes from a tape machine. Lead singer Dave Gahan asserts that having a mechanical drummer is really quite ordinary.
We've never had a drummer, and we used to use drum machines which weren't very good when we first started out. And then when we got into the studio and started making records, we just took the drum track from the records and put it onto the tape. We've always had it, and we've never even thought about getting a drummer. That's why it is really, I mean, it's great to have a real drummer on stage, but the TAC probably keeps better time.
My secret garden is not so secret anymore.
Dave Gahan and the Tape Deck share the stage with synthesizer players Andy Fletcher, Alan Wilder, and Martin Gore. Gore is also the chief songwriter for the group. When composing, he relies on the guitar to work out the chords, but any other time, Martin prefers synthesizers.
I think I got a bit bored with the sound of the guitar. You know, the electric guitar, there's not a lot that you can do with the sound of it. You can flange it or put it through an echo or something, but it's still basically the same sound. And the synth offers a variety of sounds. Now, you can almost get any sound on it if you look for it.
You know, I've got percussive sounds, that kind of thing, and I mean, that's a section of old noises, you know.
Depeche Mode's newest member, Al Wilder, had piano lessons from an early age, but in the last 5 years, he's graduated to technologically sophisticated computerized keyboards.
Sometimes it can take a long time to find the sound that you want, but that's half the fun of it, you know. I mean, you can spend hours fiddling about just playing around with the sound, you know. When we're in a studio, we spend hours looking for a sound, and then as soon as we've got it, we store it, you know, so that we can get it back anytime. Another nice feature is you can split the keyboard in two and have two separate sounds. For example, in the lower half of the keyboard I can put a bass kind of sound, and in the upper half a stringy sound or whatever. And there's one song we do called Tora where I do that. I'm playing in one half.
It's hard to believe that these young men, who started recording together when they were just teenagers, face any pressures.
And we've been together about 3 years now, so that was quite a while ago, but I mean, since then we've been around, we've seen a lot of the world, and we've got over that really. I mean, when we started out, I mean, when we first started, I was 17, so we was pretty young. I mean, my first television appearance was when I was 18, I think, just 18. But we've got over that really. You grow up, we've grown up very quick, because you have to really, if you want to stay in this sort of business, then you've got to grow up quick. And we still manage ourselves as well.
The reflective, heart-searching quality of Martin Gore's lyrics reveals this early maturity, but Gore is shy about interpreting the meaning of his songs.
We try not to talk about the songs too much, because I think it's a general policy that we try to keep a bit of mystique, you know, with the songs, because you know, you can go into an interview and talk about the songs and explain it fully, but what's the point? You know, you might as well just do that anyway. Get on a television spot and tell everyone your views. But if you're going to write songs, you might as well try and express them, and then leave it up to the imagination of the listener.
Op 14 december jongstleden gaf de Engelse groep Depeche Mode een concert in muziekcentrum Vredenburg in Utrecht. Countdown nam het concert op en Annette van Tricht ging op zoek naar de drummer en de gitarist.
Who is who in the band? Who's the bass player?
Not me, sorry.
Who's the guitar player?
No one.
Who's the drummer?
No drummer. No. We don't use normal instruments. We're an electronic band. This is Al. This is Al.
Hello.
And Alan plays rhythmic parts or lead parts. Anyway, give him a little spell now. Nice bit of rhythm there. Okay, Al. Martin plays a lot of the lead and also a lot of the choir, which is like voices. Let's have a bit of voice, Mark.
Okay, something like this, you mean?
This is Andrew Fletcher, who plays a lot of the bass parts. In England, he's more likely to be known as the Monster. Bass. What rhythm? What rhythm this man's got? Let's go to the drums.
I'm a great big plan
This is the drummer, and this has all the drum rhythms on it. All the drums come from the T-Act. I'll give you some drums. Depeche Mode has been together now for roughly about 3 years, and when we first formed, we did use guitars, and we've always had a drum machine though. Before we had the tapes, we used a drum machine which wasn't very good live, so we put the drums in the studio, drums in the studio, and put them on tape. We're not that worried really how people pronounce the name. It could be Depeche or Depeche Mode. It doesn't really worry us that much. It used to, we used to say Depeche, but now we don't mind. Yeah, in England we're a lot more successful in England than Holland, and we sell a lot more records. We've had 6 top 20 records now and 2 gold albums in England. So we're hoping to do the same over here.
Oh yeah, we've got a new single out called Get the Balance Right on mute. Bong 2. Hang on.
It's out of 12 inch as well.
So it's out on a 12 inch.
With a Tora on it.
With a live version of Tora Tora Tora.
Which is not recorded. This is not the one that you're going to see. Say that.
It's not the one you're going to see in a bit.
Because that was recorded at Brixton, and the one on the album was recorded at Hammersmith.
That's right, yeah. So the one you're going to see in a bit is recorded at Brixton. The next one's at Hammersmith. There's another ball, hang on. This gets really complicated now. Good job we're table tennis champs.
Also, we're going to America, Fletch, mentioned that, Japan.
Yeah, we're going, middle of March, we're going to America. And then we're going to Japan, hence that's why I've got this style.
And Hong Kong.